Boss, in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to make money with the box truck. I mean, you have a lot of ways to make money with the box truck, but the thing is, a lot of folks are pointing out there wrong information. They have no idea what they're talking about. So I want to really crystallize things for you. If you're listening to me right now, I want to show you 10 ways you can make money with a box truck. Okay, we're speaking about really generating the cash right now. I'm not talking to you about making money tomorrow or making money yesterday or whatever. No, making money right now as you listen to me. And before I actually get into the nitty gritty, let me say one thing real fast. Don't let anybody dazzle you, telling you that you need a CDL to drive a box truck. You do not need a CDL. You do not need a commercial driver's license to drive a box truck. Okay, but the thing is, you just need to choose a van with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 pounds or less. So remember that number, 26K pounds or less. If you have that, then you are good to go. So usually the box truck I'm talking about is between a 22 and 26 feet long. Okay, but the thing is, having said that, if you have a little time, getting a Class A or Class B CDL is a great solution too. You know why? Because you'll be able to drive bigger trucks, haul more goods, and get up to $75,000 or even $95,000 per year as a commercial driver license, and or more. You can even earn more if you're an owner operator. Like owner operators make about 100,000 to 150,000, depending on the geography, or even 200 grand. Okay, so the thing is that do not worry about CDL school cost. Just find a trusted company that provides paid training if you were to go that way. So if you want to actually make money with a box truck, so here are the top 10 ways. I want you to really remember those top 10 ways, because when you close your eyes, I want you to start imagining making that ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching right now. Make that bank, boss. Make that bank. So the first thing is you can make money with a box truck through delivery services. Okay, and when we talk about delivery services, I'm actually talking to you about a constellation of services. I mean, you have e-commerce, people buying stuff online right now, and all of those big players, they need somebody to haul, somebody to deliver those products to the customers, right? So this is kind of cool. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I am so happy to see you here. If you can imagine, if you could imagine, it's just fantastic. Fantastic to have you. So the first way to make money is through delivery services. Second way to make money with a box truck, you are thinking about food delivery. Boss, I'm telling you, you have the door-to-door pizza, you have the fast food delivery. It's just amazing what's happening right now in the country. And I'm talking about across the country. Doesn't matter where you are living, you actually can make money with a box truck by actually delivering food. I mean, who doesn't love food? I mean, I love food. You love food, by the way, and everybody loves food, the food delivery guys anyway, right? So number one, delivery services. Number two, food delivery. Number three, the big one that we love a lot, is also the retail delivery. Think about your Target. Think about your Walgreens. Think about your Walmart. Think about all the players, all those big chains, or all those local grocery stores or whatever that need delivery. And boss, if you have a box truck, you can actually take care of that business and pick up that business and start making revenue, start generating revenue. Okay, so the third way to make money with a box truck is retail delivery. Okay, we're talking here about you actually offering your last mile delivery services to local retailers, or you can even register with special services such as GoShare or Amazon Flex. And that's great, because when you think about it, you can actually consider this a source of what people call an ancillary stream of income. So a third or second stream of income. But the bottom line is you can actually transform what people call a side gig into a real gig. Oh yeah. You know, I mean, a lot of folks are thinking, well, this is a side gig for me. Well, for some people, GoShare is a full-time gig. That's how they're generating revenue. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? I'm actually talking to you about how to actually generate money, how to generate the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching you need right now through a box truck. Okay, so number three, you have a retail delivery. Number four, you can actually be an independent contractor and start making that revenue, boss. Okay, so one of the best ways to make money with a box truck is to actually find a trusted company that cooperates with owner operators and provides them with loads. Okay, and this option can be really great to get an impressive income but you got to be in a large metropolitan area though. Like if you're living somewhere, I mean, I love Dover, Delaware. But if you are somewhere in Rhode Island or Delaware, and I have folks down in those states, you're not going to be able to make that much money because it's all about geography. But it's also it's about the opportunities in your immediate environment. The fifth way you can make money, and I want you to remember this right now. I just want you to write this down right now, boss. If you want to actually start making right now with a box truck, you want to really consider home moving services. Oh yeah, talk to me about that. Talk to me about that. You know, the thing is, you can offer your truck for rent to someone who needs to move or start providing relocation services yourself. And moving household items can be profitable, especially at the end of the month when people move to another home. Just don't forget to buy some special equipment like straps and tarps. However, heavy physical activity can negatively affect your health. So this option is not really for everyone. So, boss, before you consider this option, I want you to really think deep. Are you physical? Are you fit? Okay, I'm not asking you to be like a Rambo or something, whatever. But you got to have a little bit of fitness here because if somebody's asking you to actually move a big ass piece of furniture, and you're just like, hey, my ass has not been in the gym for 1 decade or 1 century or whatever, then you can't really engage in that activity. Okay, so be very careful here because your health first. I mean, I want you to make money. Don't get me wrong because I know you ain't no charity. You got to generate that bank because got to put food on the table for the kids. Kids have to eat. You got to eat yourself. I mean, so you have responsibilities. So you got to make that money. But please take care of your health. Very important. And you can also consider hauling services. So when we talk about actually making money through a box truck, hauling services can actually give you the additional stream of income that you need to stabilize your monthly revenue. Okay, so not only fresh food delivery, some companies need hauling services to get rid of unnecessary things like broken furniture and outdated electronics. And you can be a person who will transport all this stuff to recycling organizations or to recycling depots, right? So it's really about, and the cool thing is a box truck has the solidity, has the structural strength, the structural solidity that you need to actually transport I would say articles or items. Okay, and so this is really great. So I want you to remember that hauling services or home moving services can really bring you a lot of revenue. Let's talk about the next one. So, towing services. Oh, this is kind of cool, boss. This is really, really good. I mean, right now, it's really amazing what's really happening in the country. Because for in terms of towing, 2 or 3 years ago when we had COVID and everybody's ass was just home, it was a little complicated. People were not making money at all. People were crying like crazy. I mean, it was really brutal to kind of see that to have that scenario. But now the economy is back on track. People need to tow cars, and the police or the authorities or whatever. I mean, people there are opportunities right now. So the most obvious way to make money with the box truck is actually you need to tow, and but you just need to buy some equipment like tow cable and chain bridles with J hooks. Okay. By the way, boss, let me quickly remind you of today's conversation. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Oh, well, boy. I'm talking about how to make money. I'm giving you the top 10 ways to make money with a box truck. Okay, so we're talking about, so number 7, we have towing services. Number 8, you can actually generate that revenue, also that extra revenue through advertising. Oh yeah, I mean this is actually a passive activity. So your ass doesn't have to be at the wheel. You don't have to drive anything. You can be just sleeping and just chilling with your significant other and just taking care of business, and you're making money because the best passive way to get income is to make your truck a mobile billboard. So advertising agencies will paint your truck or attach a banner to it, and you will get an extra 100 to 400, and depending on the geography where you're currently sitting, you could be making all the way to $1,000 a year extra, not a year, a month extra. Oh yeah, if you are in a very populated neighborhood, the like those agencies, they are willing to pay big dollar for that. I mean, somebody who's in Manhattan or in the Bronx, for example, is not getting the same sort of rate as somebody who is in Piscataway, New Jersey, for example. Right, you can see the delta. If you have a huge delta in the demographics, of course, the money is going to go to the largely populated area. It's just pure economics, right? Economics 101. So I want you to think about that, boss. I want you to think about that the next time you are considering making money with a box truck. Another way to actually make money through a box truck is just to you just rent it out. Just rent the box truck out. The same way you're just sitting and just making money while you're sitting while you're sleeping by advertising like through mobile advertising. Do the same thing with by renting out your box truck. If you have extra capacity, if you have time and you have stuff to take care of, then this is kind of cool. So renting or advertising is easy. It's really easy when it comes to making passive income, right? And the thing is, you're not going to make a lot of cash though. You're not going to like start making money to go to Punta Cana or whatever, or go to Acapulco. No, you're not really making that money, but you make something. As my old folks used to say, you make money to put food on the table for the kids. Like kids will eat. Kids will eat at my place. Kids, by generating some extra cash, $400, $1,000, that's something. And as a matter of fact, there are places in this country where $1,000 is a lot of cash. It's all about the geography where you're currently living. So, boss, I want you to think about that. Okay. So when we think about renting out your box truck, there are pros and cons here. So let's quickly talk about the pros and cons of renting out your box truck. So you can actually make a lot of money if you're not tied down to a company. You can offer the side of your box truck to advertise for another business. You can also rent your box truck to anyone who needs it and use it to actually grow your income. Now, the thing is, if you are renting out as part of a moving service, ensure that you are in compliance with the tight guidelines involved. Many states have strict regulations when it comes to moving personal goods, and renting out and advertising are effortless ways to make money, but definitely not nearly enough to keep the lights on. And the last way you can make money through a box truck is to actually sign up for those gig apps. There are a lot of gig apps there. You have Amazon, you have Uship, you have LoadUp, you have GoShare, you have a lot of them. Actually, we are preparing an entire show that will actually walk you through all the top 10 or the top 15 or top 20, what have you, gig apps that are right now in the market. So I want you to really think about that. So here you have it, the top 10 ways to make money through a box truck. So I don't want you to really sit down and say, what, there's no opportunity. I'm looking at the load boards. I don't see anything. No, boss, no. So here is a bonus for you. The thing is that when we talk about actually making money through a box truck, and we always have a question that comes and say, how much can I really expect to make? How much can I earn through a box truck? Now, first, one thing I want to say here is that when we talk about making money, you got to understand this is economics 101, right? It's a matter of demand versus supply. So where you at right now, where your ass is sitting at, will actually play an important role when it comes to your payment, when it comes to your revenue, your salary potential. As I said before, if you're in Piscataway, New Jersey, I love my folks in Piscataway, New Jersey. If you're in Piscataway, New Jersey versus Queens, New York versus Chicago versus LA versus Austin, Texas. If you are in those metropolitan areas, you're not going to make you're going to make a lot more than someone who is living in suburban Piscataway, New Jersey, or suburban Teaneck, New Jersey, or Hackensack, New Jersey. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is what? The point I'm trying to make here is that based on our research, if you are a box truck driver, you can actually start making anywhere from $50,000, all the way to $100,000. That's if you are just a driver. Like let's say you are running multiple gigs. You make more if you are an owner operator. Remember, there is a difference between being an independent contractor and an owner operator. So the money goes the money goes higher if you are an owner operator. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that you have a lot of industries where you can make money, and I just gave you some of the industries where you can make money with a box truck. So we talked about the food delivery, right? We spoke about retail delivery. We spoke about the delivery services in general. We spoke also about the towing services, hauling services. So those are important elements to really think about, okay? But bottom line here is that if you close your eyes and somebody were to ask you, what do you remember? You just say, well, listen, I know that I can make more money. The higher I go in the hierarchy in terms of if I'm an owner operator, I am bound to make more money than if I am just an independent contractor. Okay, this is the kind of hierarchy I want you to think about when you analyze your revenue potential. When you think about your revenue potential, I want you to think about, you know what, in the end, for all intents and purposes, my goal is to actually become an owner operator. Let me actually give you a few pro tips before we close to this conversation. So the thing is, if you have a box truck, or let's say you own a box truck, or you can lease a box truck, whatever it is, maybe you can use your grandfather's box truck, or your aunt's box truck, whatever. If you can lay your fingers on a box truck, the thing is, just you have a lot of ways to start thinking about using the box truck as a source of revenue. What I'm trying to say here is that don't actually just sit on your ass and say, you know what, I'm kind of comfortable making money through one source. No, boss. You are making money by multiplying your sources of revenue. Okay, no laziness here. No lazy ass here. No. I want you to get your lazy ass, get up your lazy ass and say, listen, I'm gonna have 3, 4, 5 multiple, like 3, 4, 5 sources of income. Okay, this is where the juice is really at. This is where the revenue is really coming in, because basically you want to have reliable income. You want to actually have the ability to actually have a reliable but also stable income, and you want to have the ability to actually plan the future. So there are a lot of ways to do this though, and you can actually sign up for what we have seen in our research is to actually have a trifecta. You want to have a 3-plan strategy, or a 3-part strategy. First, you want to sign up with a gig app, so you can have a Uship, you can have GoShare, you can have so those players are kind of cool. Then you want to have a way to contact the local shippers, so you can run gigs here and there every now and then. And the third thing is, you got to think also about contacting the freight brokers. You want to contact also the dispatchers. You want to contact, like you want to sign up for a load board. Now, it doesn't have to be a paid load board. You don't have to pay like $50 or $75 for that membership, that load board, unless you have the resources for it. But you can start little. Like, it's all about really starting little and see what's really happening in the industry, what kind of players are there in the industry, what kind of games they're playing, what kind of opportunities out there. See, the funny thing is, and you can even start a business with your box truck. Because the funny thing is, people say, well, you can't make money with a box truck because the rates are going down, the competition is there, and the market is saturated. And I just laugh my ass when I hear that comment. You know why? Because there are always opportunities in this market. There is no market that is saturated. If you think it is saturated, it's because your positioning is wrong. You have not properly positioned yourself. That's why you're thinking it's saturated. So I want you to quit that sort of lazy ass thinking right now and say, listen, I'm about to make money with a box truck. I want you to repeat that. I'm about to make money with a box truck. I'm about to make money with a box truck. So just apply the top 10 ways that I just gave you earlier, and you are on your way to start generating that revenue through a box truck. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just quickly talking to you about ways you can make money through a box truck, the top 10 ways. So we have a delivery services, food delivery, retail delivery, independent contractor, as an independent contractor, home moving services, hauling services, towing services, advertising, renting out, and gig apps. Fantastic. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.